All right. These are the starting defense for your South City Warriors. Starting at cornerback, number 2, Elijah Abagalio. At free safety, number 4, Lawrence Montalban. At outside linebacker, number 10, Dominic Kayabgab. At cornerback, number 12, Darius Amiglio. At outside linebacker, number 13, Livomar Costa. At strong safety, number 20, Carlos Marquez. At outside linebacker, number 32, Carlos Garcia. At defensive end, number 60, Pablo Lopez. At defensive end, number 70, Antonio Andrade. At defensive tackle, number 77, Jose Hernandez. And at defensive tackle, number 80, Brian Reyna. Those are your starting defensive starters for your South City Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the South City Band. The South City Band is led by Patrick J. Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem by our very own, the South City Band. The South San Francisco Band.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, to another night of South City Warrior football. Good evening, I'm Ricky Martell, alongside Jonathan Dio, class of 2001.
Hey, hey.
Happy to be here on another classic 70-degree South City night. And catch us here on the Twitters and on the Instagrams. There's like a thing there up top where you can go there and look at stuff. Always a good time. We have a social media intern around somewhere, probably.
We do?
Yeah,
okay, sounds good.
Night, man.
All right, in the essence of full disclosure, Ricardo, after we get our hashtags out of the way, Instagram at South City Warriors, on Twitter at SSFHS Warriors. Hit us up. In the essence of full disclosure, I'm not 100% today.
That's okay. You just got to persevere, man. You're going to be fine.
I'm gonna fight through it. My voice might crack. I'm going to have to turn my microphone down a couple of times, but I'm going to keep going.
You should have rode the bus down with the Matadors, man.
Yeah, we've been saying that every week. I feel like we've been playing a South Bay team. A lot of teams from Campbell, San Jose, Saratoga area.
The Matadors come to us tonight from Cupertino, Silicon Valley, heart of Silicon Valley.
Cupertino, the iPhone 11 is out today. Tim Cook is somewhere counting $1,000 bills.
Are we sponsored by Apple tonight?
I wish we'd be floating above the stadium in some sort of an orb. That's a nice short kickoff by South City. Could have turned into some fumbleitis, which is what I'm sure they were going for.
Michael Pavlik of Monta Vista did well to fall on that kick and give Monta Vista a nice spot to get the night started.
South City looking a little different today than they have in previous weeks, Ricardo. We were talking about this. They've dressed 23 tonight. Larger squad, looking to hopefully cut down on some of the fatigue we've seen in earlier games.
Yeah, the more bodies, the better, man. These kids need rest. They need a break. They need a breather. You know, playing 2-on-1 is just, it's not going to work. It's tough to go a whole game that way.
As Monta Vista's got the ball here on a gorgeous South San Francisco evening, 66 degrees, no wind, and if there is any, I can't find it. Handoff there, and it's a fake handoff and a run up the gut by the quarterback. Looks like a short gain there of about 5 yards. So, yeah, it's a beautiful night here. They're actually selling some throws and some blankets, and we actually felt sort of bad for the band folks that were selling. Typically, that's a no-brainer. Right,
it made sense at the time to buy this in bulk.
The incomparable Aaron Boyd that makes it so we can go through this and do this every Friday. Almost feels like every Friday.
Yeah,
2 games in a row.
It should be every Friday.
He gave me a bunch of smack because I went to go get instinctively. There's a fake handoff and pitch to the outside. That's gonna be close to a Monta Vista first down as they're encroaching and getting close to South City territory.
And that is a first down, John. Warriors converged quite nicely there, considering, they're seeing some trickery early on.
But Aaron Boyd gave me some smack. I was going to the back seat to grab my jacket. He's like, he just does that deadpan eyeball.
No, man, you're spoiled.
He's like,
South Bay guy now, man.
What are you doing?
No jacket until it's 50s.
I mean, it's late September in South City. That's how things work out here. It's the best weather you're going to get all year. So there's a nice run there up the gut by number 3, Tyler Kircher.
Well, John, I know the Warriors are tired of getting gashed by a run game after last week. The prospect team came in and ran pretty ragged out here with just a million different options, a million different looks, and just really wore us down. So, the Warriors are obviously going to be ready for that.
Yeah, and Monta Vista's keeping it on the ground, and that is a nice run there. That's Kircher once again. He's ripped off at least 15 yards there up the gut. South City having a hard time with the run once again tonight, Ricardo.
Well, at least it's in smaller chunks, as crazy as that sounds. Like, it felt like with Prospect, they were taking 20, 25-yard chunks and just marching down the field with impunity. I like Lawrence Montalban. He had some busy hands on that takedown. If they can keep doing that, they'll eventually, force a turnover and do what they need to do.
Monta Vista going to keep it on the ground and keep it with Kircher. Short gain there. Yeah, I think that's called jazz hands, right?
The jazz hands. Yep. Let me see some jazz hands, guys. That's what the coach says. Coach Tao.
Ricardo and I are fathers of young, beautiful daughters and intelligent and fantastic and all those things. And my daughter, Lila, she's at that point where I can now whisper to her, and she doesn't know why I'm whispering, but then she'll automatically start whispering.
Is this how we talk now?
Is this what we're doing? Is this what we're doing? It's really cute. So I said jazz hands to her the other day. There's a first pass from Monta Vista, and it's hauled in across the middle. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. It's number 23 for Monta Vista, Turan Sarang.
Hey, John, I don't know what the call is here, but I thought I saw a ball get ripped out of the wide receiver's hands there, but I guess not. The quarterback took a quick drop and floated one in there to his wide receiver. It just so happened there was really nobody in the vicinity. It felt like that ball hung for a while. So.
Yeah, that's smart by Monta Vista. You got to, that's the way you keep the defense honest with pounding with the run, is by opening it up. As Monta Vista runs right in for a touchdown there. Ball carried by number 8, Henry Lassa, senior 5'9". And South City unable to get away from those first possessions. If memory serves, the last several games, the opponents have been able to come on down and score almost at will. So something to sort of take back to the drawing board and look at as the weeks progress.
It's tough, man. They got their scripted plays, and teams have had success early on. And, I think for me the key is the Warriors can hang if they just get some offense together. They're not going to win scoring 6, 7 points a game. They're just not. And so once they get their offensive mojo going, I think you'll see better defense. They'll be rested, Some of the two-way players at least will be a little bit rested, and you'll just see more success. But it's all dependent on the offense, and that's the hardest thing really, to finely tune and get to know the playbook and all that stuff. So we're still early in the season. We've seen flashes of greatness from the offense, some great long field passes, some great runs. Our quarterbacks are still learning. So we're going to call it what it is. It's a work in progress. Monta Vista comes in. They've been on the opposite ends of some blowouts. They lost last week. They lost in their home opener to Mills, who is a conference school of ours. Mills is in the Lake Division. They lost 6-32. So, you try to figure out, okay, how did the Warriors do against Mills, that sort of thing. We visited Mills last year and lost pretty big. We lost 15-0 out in Mills. So to give you an idea of how the two teams match up.
And while we were chatting there, Simon Loeffler with the extra point. I got to say, Loeffler, number 5, who's also the quarterback, he was ripping off kicks from 45, 50 yards during warm-ups as the kick is taken in there by South City. Nice run up the middle there, and Avagala goes up to past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, he just decided, I'm just going to go through the wave there.
Really throw caution to the wind there. He's in a full sprint.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could,
dead sprint,
at this age, do a dead sprint into other people. Not my speed. I still want to do a game from the roof of this building.
Now's the time.
I know. Can we drag this equipment up there? We got to ask Aaron Boyd.
We need a sunset timeout, like just to observe the sunset.
I like it. Just a moment to enjoy the grandeur. As there's a handoff there. Now Vigalia once again. It's a short gain. It's about a yard on the play. You know, it's so funny. I quickly looked at our monitor here, and I saw Monta Vista, and I immediately read it as Monta Verde.
I know. I wrote it as Monte, like M-O-N-T-E. But it's actually Monta, like Monta Ellis, M-O-N-T-A.
We are part of the Monta Verde War Eagle. Fly, Eagle, fly.
Fly, Eagle, baby.
South City keeping it on the ground there, plugging away. Another gain of a yard or two.
Well, if you can get a couple yards here and there, that's good. You're getting positive progress. We go baby steps with this offense. As you hear the disembodied voice of one Mr. Boyd, bringing up a long third down. And you know the kids, they want to throw the ball, man. 3rd and 7, that makes the quarterback happy. That means he gets to throw it, probably.
Felt very special today. We got primo parking.
Yeah.
We got to check out that new G-Wing building here on the campus of South City. Gorgeous. I got to touch base with Boyd at halftime, find some more information about that. You think it's a science building, though, right? There's a handoff there. Vigalia makes that corner, but he's going to be short of a first down as he's hauled down by Monta Vista.
See what the Warriors decide to do here early in the game with a short 4th down, almost at the middle of the field. I used to park, the gates used to be open by, as soon as you pull in from El Camino. Those gates were open all the time, and I would just...
That's where I would theoretically sneak out of school.
I would just drive right in and park wherever I wanted. Because it was pretty cool.
That was the maintenance yard, wasn't it? That was the old maintenance yard.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
The old South San Francisco Unified School District maintenance yard.
Warriors going to go for it here, John, on 4th.
I would. I'd do it, and they're gonna. As there's a flag on the play, that's demoralizing. Looks like it's going to be on South City. It's going to be a false start. And indeed, it is a false start on South City. God, we got to do games more back-to-back. I feel like I'm more locked in.
Yeah, me too. I think I recognize these referees, too.
Without taking weeks off.
I know we recognize this tall drink of water. He was part of the crew that we sent the drone out to catch him coming into the parking lot. That was kind of cool, eventful.
I want to thank my lovely wife for letting me watch tons of football the last couple weeks.
Football.
She's like, why do you watch so much football? I go, babe, listen.
She says no Phil Simms, though.
I'm doing
research.
research.
That's where I draw the line is Phil Simms. I don't want to hear Phil Simms in my house.
I like Phil Simms. You don't like Phil Simms?
Football? No.
I do a lot of research. I do the play-by-plays when I'm watching football on Sundays.
Diehard 49er fan. I'm going to say it. I love Tony Romo. I love him. I love the Nostradamus thing that he does, man. It's just fun to watch.
Tony Romo is going to be one of those guys that our kids, or even us in the next 10 years as South City elects to punt there, and it's a great punt. Takes a great South City bounce at about the 30, and it's going to trickle all the way down to the 20-yard line. Nice punt
Gorgeous, John. That's about a 45-some-odd yard punt.
I'm not good at arithmetic.
That's okay.
But I think Tony Romo is going to be one of those guys that you don't even remember that he was a quarterback, because I think he's going to
be that good.
Yeah, he is so prolific as a broadcaster. You're absolutely right. He's like, watch this. They're going to do a pitch out, sweep to the right, and he can just read it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
It's pretty amazing. And really a guy who had a great career but just was hampered by injury.
He was trash. I'm just kidding.
No, he was good. He had those spinal injuries. Remember
he was
those?
Mr. Fourth Quarter.
It's nothing to play with.
He was Mr. Fourth Quarter. He had like the most comeback victories of any quarterback while he played.
Monta Vista back to pass. Firing it down. They got a wide open receiver. Hauled into the 50, the 40, the 20. No one is going to touch him. There's a touchdown by Monta Vista's Miles Pereira.
That's a tough one, John. You see that there was a little bit of a miscommunication. I think maybe a DB, or pardon, the safety may have bid on a pump fake or something, because he was definitely moving forward. He's taking a couple steps forward like he was going to try to make a move or a play on a possible, route to the outside or something. But he just kept on running, and the wide receiver made a nice play to bring the ball down. Wasn't perfect, wasn't exactly on in the basket, as it were. So credit to that young man, and more first quarter woes for the Warriors.
It looks like it was actually Tehran Sarang there on the reception touchdown. Got to use these binoculars.
Yeah.
I'll blame that on my production assistant. Don't have one. As the kick is up and good. And just like that, the Warriors are down by a couple touchdowns.
Well, the opposite of what you want is a big hole that you got to dig yourself out of, but here we are. You don't want to get so dejected that you quit playing, but it's early. Look at that sunset, man. You can see it bathing the booth behind us here. It's unbelievable.
Little wave there to the camera. How you guys doing back at home? If you are at home, get outside.
Yeah, don't be at home. Roll that beautiful drone footage, John.
There it is. All of a sudden, I want baked beans.
Roll that beautiful drone footage.
I don't know why, but some smoky bacon-inspired brown sugar beans sound fantastic.
The 2-touchdown rule. We start talking about food after 2 touchdowns.
After 3, it'll only be about food.
Apologies to everybody.
But South City's going to get in the end zone today. I could feel it. I've been workshopping a new touchdown call.
The Greg Papa call? Is it going to be Greg Papa?
Come on. I don't even
Is it going to be the Greg Papa call?
Okay, probably. It might be. And then I'll just mute my mic for 40 seconds while I cough after doing it. Low line drive kick there. Bounced off the ground several times. Picked up by South City. Some booking and some moving and juking there by
one Alex Gutierrez, John.
Alex Gutierrez, thank you very much.
Number 6 on our roster, but number 9 in our hearts.
And also on the field.
And on the field.
You just turn that frown and that 6 upside down.
That's a proper drone that we got the
It is gorgeous.
Focus line and everything. That's awesome.
I think we're entering year, 4 or 5 of this turf? I wonder how long these turf fields last.
That's a fair question.
What do they do,
I probably have some stats on it on my roll thing that I have on Measure J.
Oh, nice run there up the gut from South City. Ball handled by Elijah Avalgio. Nice downhill running there.
He did a good job to stay on his feet and get a couple yards just from sheer will and determination. So we'll take a first down, John.
I do remember this referee. He was the white hat, though.
Yeah, he was the white hat.
Yeah, he's the one that we got the drone footage coming. Sorry, Tom, you got to wear this. I was like, why? His name's not Tom. I don't know his name. As the wonderful South City cheerleaders there across your screen a moment ago. South City back at it here, getting some momentum on a first down. South City keeping it on the ground, and nothing doing there. Great penetration by Monta Vista. It's going to be a loss on the play. Telling you, man, we have to get into talks with Bertolucci's.
I know.
Is it still Santino's Bertolucci's? Is there Santino's?
I don't know.
The guy?
I don't know. It's on the menu, I think. It's been a while.
Mr. Santino, please. You close at 9:30. If you could just leave a plate for us.
Just make me a plate.
Ricky wants the chicken parm.
I'll take the chicken parm. I'll do the eggplant parm. If you have eggplant, I'll take the eggplant parm. I'm not picky.
I want the New York steak with the pepper sauce on the side. Don't mean to be a diva, but I like to dip.
That is kind of a diva move. Isn't there a pepper steak proper you can just get?
There is a pepper steak, medium rare. We'll be in around 9:30, right around closing time. As there's a snap throw almost picked off by Monta Vista. Galang's pass there broken up by Monta Vista's number 13.
Well,
wait for it. Owen Lassa.
Well, Galang did well enough to put some mustard on it, and I think if he had thrown it any softer, it would have been a pick 6, I think. He had nobody in front of him, the defender for the Matadors.
The Matadors. Ricky, you're a graduate of the University of California, Santa Barbara. What's the difference between a Matador and a Gaucho?
Gaucho's specific to Argentina, and it's a cowboy. Matador is, I think, more of a Spanish, maybe Mexican bullfighter type person.
I'm glad that we've got that. I myself am a Wildcat.
I bought a bunch of Gaucha stickers last time I was in Santa Barbara.
Did
the
ya?
Female Gaucho. Las Gauchas.
Las Gauchas. And that's gonna take South City back there. So there's a delay game penalty.
I think our college mascot conversation resulted in a delay of game penalty. And for that, we apologize.
Back to the beautiful drone footage.
Roll that beautiful drone footage.
Roll that beautiful drone footage. All right, South City with 3rd and 19. Shotgun snap, looking downfield. Got a receiver open across the middle and hauled in. Nice pass and hauled in there by Livmore Costa.
Costa took a big hit there. He came down with the ball, but he paid for it as he went up and got it at its highest, there and driven into the ground there. Nice play by that young man. We'll see what the Warriors decide to do here, John, but they're in the middle of the field.
That's definitely a spot of the field where you're going to earn your pay.
That's right. Yeah,
across the middle. Any good wide receiver, that's always dangerous ground there.
Yeah. He did not hesitate. He went right up for it and got it. In fact, there was another Warrior in the mix there. Almost came down with it himself.
Nice gain there by South City, but it's still going to bring up a forward and pretty long. It's a long 3. South City almost to the 50, so they're going to go for it here. Nice block there, finding the corner. First down, South City there. Great. Things were looking a little hairy there for a second, but Avagalio never gave up on that play.
John, I love Galang calling out to his wide receivers there before the snap and positioning him, a little bit off the line and getting the look that he wanted, and then my guy Avagalio got out there in a hurry. He was on a mission. He knew exactly where he needed to get to.
And he lost a shoe to boot.
Oh, he did.
See what I did there?
He lost a boot to shoe.
Lost a boot to shoe.
Another first down for the Warriors. Like to see some offense, man. Any early offense they can get, it's going to benefit them. It's going to build their confidence. You can believe. So our center takes a tumble there.
He looks so smooth,
acrobatic
though.
way to get to the rock.
That's Nathaniel Vargas. I mean, maybe he just wanted a little attention.
Poor Nathaniel. That's the only time.
Ill-advised pass there, and lucky that it wasn't intercepted.
That's why they're DBs, John. That's why they're DBs. I'm just kidding.
That was an ill-advised pass. It looked bad as the pocket was collapsing there.
Which reminds me of the old Oscar Cortez. I think it was against either Terra Nova or Half Moon Bay. Had a perfect opportunity for a pick six. Fell right off of his numbers. He claimed that wasn't how it happened. Opened up the paper, and it's a picture of the ball hitting him in the chest and his hands outstretched, unable to make the catch.
It wasn't like him to make things happen.
It's a cultural thing. Rich Uncle Bosco, where are you, buddy?
He's somewhere floating in the ether.
Roseville, man. The ether of Sac.
The ether of Sacramento.
Sacramento.
A lot of folks heading out there.
Yeah.
Easy sled into a degree. It's another handoff. God, the veracity of these runs. Let me tell you.
And that's what it has to be. That's always been the case with South City. They have to fight and claw for every inch. Nothing's going to come easy for them, ever.
I'm feeling good about tonight. South City's going to break in the end zone. They got a really nice 8-play drive here going. Made that number up.
We should really keep track of stuff like that.
Got to have some
time of possession thing.
Need some statisticians here.
I think if we get a third person in here, John, I would love to transition into a full-time stat guy, just handing you little slips of paper throughout the game. I'd really enjoy that.
This just in. 2 for 1 at Krispy Kreme. Wait, what is this?
What
is this stat? 3rd and 7. Warriors looking for a first down. Shotgun snap. Nice pass hauled in there for a first down.
He rifled that into Montalban's breadbasket, and those passes aren't easy to catch. They come at you fast. They come at you low, right above the knees here. Oh, I didn't give him enough credit. That was basically the perfect pass. It hit him right in the tummy, as it were.
Your LASIK-corrected 20/20 vision has forsaken you. I was going to stay quiet. I was like, what is he talking about?
No.
Of course, the replay.
No, that's why we have replay.
Awesome replay there by our director.
Sorry, Galang. I sold you short there, buddy. No coincidence that his passes get better, your passes get crisper, everything gets better, man, as you have some time to devote to your game.
And sure enough, South City's going to go back to the pass. He's going to tuck it and run. Nice run there by Galang. You know, and a lot of this game, as you can attest to, Ricky, just like anything else in life, it's about confidence.
It really is, man. Just, you know, showing it, believing it, you know, in your head, and then that sort of will bring about the guts and the confidence to really go through with it, as a timeout is called by the Matadors on their heels a little bit. Haven't had a chance to say that too much this year, so you know the Warriors are just loving that water in there.
Oh, yeah, Monta Vista is definitely feeling it a little bit. I mean, you know, South City, you know, you wouldn't blame them. Last 3 losses that have a bit of a crisis of confidence, but tonight they're coming out very confident. I felt something different watching the warm-up tonight. South City's dressed a few more tonight. They've got 23, as we talked about, which is going to hopefully alleviate some of those fatigue issues we've seen in previous games. There's only so many times you can go both ways. You're going to be gassed. Yeah,
you have to have some sort of respite or some sort of breather built in. This timeout will help. Keeping the offense on the field for a little bit will help. These are all incremental things that build up to something bigger. At least that's what you hope, as conference play looms here in a week or so. Love that band. Love that marching band. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet to see.
If you don't love high school football on a night like tonight, you do not love high school football.
Go back to Russia.
I mean, I don't. Okay, but what if you're not from there?
Go back to Russia.
What do they do on Friday nights in Russia?
Go back to Russia.
Probably play soccer. Everyone plays soccer. It's a great game. What do they call it? The beautiful game?
The beautiful game. Juego bonito.
I think football is pretty beautiful. Not as fluid. I'll give it that.
Oh, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, as they say.
Yeah, there's a 3-yard gain there by Dominic Kayabyab.
Well, I hope that Warriors can protect Galang a little bit. He's been on the run a lot. His passes have been kind of under duress there, as he almost threw an interception here a couple plays ago.
Absolutely. He's been a man on the run.
Yeah, yes, he has.
I haven't hit karaoke in a while. That's a problem. That's my problem. Shotgun snap. Galang's
going to
keep it. He's got plenty of room. The 5. Oh, he's hauled down to the 5-yard line. There's a flag. It looks like a dirty drag down.
And John, and that's just a wonderful play call. Just a very astute, very great play call by Coach Tao and his coordinators there. That was a design all the way. It was send your wide receivers to the outside a little bit. Give him just a split second, Galang a split second to think about it, and then make a quick run. Just a great play call there, John. It worked exactly as intended.
All right, sure enough, that's going to be a block. Oh, it looks like a block in the back on South City, actually.
That's a tough – I mean, oh, man, that's a really tough call. You know, unless I missed something.
It looked like that tackle at the end of Galang there was
yeah, I thought they kind of maybe a horse collar or something, but man, that's brutal, but, you know, that's part of the learning.
The way he snapped back, it looked like it was
a
horse collar.
It did. And then the flag came out, and you're like, okay, that makes sense. There certainly wasn't anything at the end there that, you know, maybe really affected the play there. Although I guess the Warriors are going to get this will be a first down or something.
Why is it first? Is that a mistake? Oh, okay, I see. So it's a clean run and the block in the back is later on. Okay.
I think we heard you there, John, on the broadcast. At least I could hear it on my headset. But looks like the Warriors are going to get some of the progress of that sweet run.
And Galang feeling confident. He's back to pass again. He's going to tuck it and run. Ooh, he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage there.
Warriors probably going to let this one tick to 0 and think real hard about it. Give themselves a breather. And the Warriors certainly deserve a round of applause for this offensive series. You can hear it from the diehards in the stands underneath us. They recognize what a nice series this has been for them. As the first quarter comes to an end, the Warriors are in a little bit of a hole, but they have found themselves here before, so unfortunately it's not unfamiliar territory for them as they try to find themselves some offensive rhythm here. The night begins to set.
I mean, is it fair for me to say the best drive we've seen all season, though, by these Warriors?
Oh, no, there's no question. There's no question. No question whatsoever, John. And it's been a nice mix of the run and the pass. Galang has been the guy for most of it.
This has definitely been a well put together drive here. Coach Tao's got a lot to talk about with his team. Fantastic drive that's been put together, and South City's knocking on the door.
Yeah, they are, man. They are closing in on pay dirt, and I can't wait to hear that chant.
South City quickly getting back up to the line of scrimmage here.
This crowd's ready to explode, man. The crowd is absolutely ready to explode.
All right, we're going to go down to our sideline reporter before the start of the second half here, or second quarter. Fatima Waldo. Fatima.
I think it was dominant. I think it was dominant by the opposing team. But I think the second part of the first quarter, I think South City is now showing up, and I think we're driving. So we're showing them that it's not going to be as easy as they thought it was in the beginning, but it's South City Warriors, and we all play with heart. So I think we're showing up now.
All right, cool. Thank you for your time, and back to you in the booth.
All right, thank you, Fatima. Appreciate it. Some technical difficulties there.
I
take full responsibility.
We got it. That gentleman was absolutely right. Tough first quarter, but we're driving.
South City's been backed up here a little bit. Ball at the Matador 23. We've lost the doctor. He's no longer in the house.
Got to ice that shoulder.
You really do. It's really all about rice. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, rice. All right, 3rd and long for South City. It's a bad snap. Picks it up off the turf. Galang's got it, looking for room, and nothing doing. It's got to, unfortunately, going to kill the drive here.
Well, John, everything has to be perfect for Galang to get anything off at this point. They're getting into the backfield in a hurry, and as a result, if it's not perfect, you know, the Matadors are right there to dive on the rock. So Warriors going to have to figure out how to get Galang some time back there. But in the meantime, we'll see what the Warriors decide to do here. The big old 4th and long.
4th and long. I don't know if you've got anybody that can kick. What is that? Was it like a 40-yarder? 41-yarder? Give me a helmet. I can kick a 40-yarder.
We're going for it. We're going for it.
I would. Why not? Throw it up in the end zone. Box out. Post up. Galang back. Pocket quickly collapses. He had an open receiver, but the pass was just a little short there, intended for. I'm gonna do it like Joe Montana's Sports Talk Football. Intended for the receiver.
Number 9, Alex Gutierrez, definitely was waiting for the ball there.
What good are my notes if I don't follow them? Let me cross this 6 out.
And frankly, the Matador, you know, safety there needed to be a little bit closer to know where the first down line was. I guess he was protecting against a touchdown. He was essentially giving him the first down the way he's good 2-3 yards away from the wide receiver there.
What's that old trite line? The prevent defense will prevent you from winning?
Yeah, it sure seemed like it. Luckily for them, Galang kind of shorted the throw there as Matadors got a quick pitch there. John, this is a big game for Monta Vista. They're 2-1, but kind of been on lopsided ends of those scores, and they're not quite sure who they are. So they're looking for an identity. The Warriors are just looking to get any offense going at all, which they have already done thus far early in the game, which is always nice.
Loeffler doing his best Brett Favre impression there. Nice pitch. Favre. What is Brett Favre doing here?
I read that he was mulling a comeback.
I mean, in today's game, he's probably licking his chops. He can't even really touch the quarterback. Little trivia factoid for you for a very raunchy movie, which I'm not recommending, but it's called Something About Mary. I think it was early 2000s, right?
Jeez.
So originally, the script was written for one Steve Young. So the part where Mary reveals her football-playing boyfriend, it's supposed to be Steve Young. So Steve Young said he would do it. He gets a hold of the script. This is the way the story goes. Steve, I know you're a Bay Area guy. If you're out there and you hear us, let me know if I'm getting this incorrect.
Hit me on SSFHS Warriors, the Twitter handle.
That's right. Or hit me on Instagram as that pass is just too far out of the outstretched reach there. So Young gets the script. He sees how raunchy the movie is. And,
Yeah,
he's a good
I've
guy. He's
heard
like, look,
that
I'm not
too.
doing this. I'm not doing this movie. So there's that scene where Brett Favre goes there and, tries to get Mary back, but Mary wants the character played by
Ben Stiller.
Thank you so much. By Ben Stiller. And then there's that part where she says, I'm a Niners fan,
I'm
right?
a Niners fan.
You
Come
know I'm
on
a
now.
Niners fan.
I like that.
That was a little ode to Steve Young.
That's the best part of the film. I'm a Niners fan.
It's Monta Vista with a handoff there. Ooh, broken for a big run. That's Teron Salarang. We've been saying that name all night long. He breaks that one off for over 20. I thought it would have been really smart for the producers. Maybe they did this. Maybe we just don't know. To just record that scene 30 times with every team in the demo.
Every team, and then release
I'm
different
a
version.
Jaguars fan. I'm a Chiefs fan.
Nobody's a Jaguars fan.
Oh, we were talking about that quarterback. That
Jaguar.
He's become the feel-good story, the new Baker Mayfield. Nice, another pitch there from Monta Vista. Man, he's got wheels. To the 10, there's a flag on the play, and that's going to be a touchdown, but there's a flag at the 25.
I hope they get 13 with a block on the back, in the back for Monta Vista. He did I saw him throw some hands and then throw his own hands up like it wasn't me. Don't watch me. Don't look at me. I didn't do nothing.
Good eyeball there, Ricardo. Your LASIK didn't let you down that time.
I'm on it. I'm watching the game. My guy 13
Oh, so
the
we're just
Matadors ran back in a hurry.
We're going to just leave the social media up
Yeah,
there.
we are, man.
Okay, well, social media is important.
We're trying to get followers. That's the name of the game.
I got to follow at South City Warriors on Instagram.
I need to get an Instagram and start with that.
I've been trying to get you on the gram for years.
I know. It seems like something perfect for me. It's just pictures, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
The videos and stuff, too?
Yeah, the short videos. You can do longer videos, too. People can click your short video and go to a longer
see.
video. But the more they add features to Instagram, the more I go, this is not what I signed up for.
Let's talk more about this over dinner.
Sounds good. Hey, Santino at Bertolucci's. One. We're going to
Call it in. Let's
Right,
call it in.
We're going to take one eggplant parm, one pepper steak sauce on the side, medium rare. Sold. All right, 1st and 6. That's going to be look like an offsides there by Monta
Little
Vista,
jump throw.
Ooh, that was a pass intended for number 13, Owen Lassa, but almost picked off by South City.
Nice sportsmanship there. John Lawrence Montalban and Tarun Sarang, captain for the Matadors, kind of getting mixed up and then helping one another up and giving each other some dap, their dues and praise.
Well, that's our hope, that this game builds character. That's why we love being here. We've seen some fantastic acts of sportsmanship, and
Just get better, man. That's all any of us can hope for. Just get better, be better than we were the day before.
2nd down for Monta Vista. It's a handoff. Finds that corner. Oh, nice run there. Nice downhill run there by Monta Vista's number 1, Grayson Mobley.
And it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And Grayson is a freshman. So
A long career ahead of him. 5'7", John. Anybody can do it. We can do it.
are you saying that because you're 5'7"?
Because I'm 5'7".
I like how you always go down the roster and talk about how much more you weigh than the people who are 5'7".
Yeah. I outweigh.
I got 87 pounds on this guy.
That a fumble, John? That's a fumble, right? How do you?
Looked
Or are
like
they
it was-
calling it an incomplete pass?
Look like, we're getting some wild gesticulation there. Today's word is gesticulation, kids.
Nice
Your
call by the line judge
SAT
there.
word of the game is gesticulate.
John, the PSAT 9 for freshmen will take place on Tuesday, September 24th. Those interested may sign up in the counseling office before or after school during lunch. That's this Tuesday. And a little update. Last week I said it was $20 cash. Now they're saying it's free.
Sounds great. Last week's word, if you're paying attention at home, was recalcitrant. Recalcitrant, which means to stand up against authority and to not be controlled. Recalcitrant, last week's SAT word. Sponsored by the PSAT.
PSAT, Miss Tucker in the counseling office. Go say hi to her and sign on up. The sophomores and juniors test on October 19th. And again, I recommend that you go in and sit for the test, even if you haven't studied. It's not about how well you do on the test. It's just that you test and you feel how long the dang thing is. It's just a long, beat-down experience that you should really subject yourself to so that you don't sit, for that test. It's the first time you've ever sat in a chair and tested for whatever, 4 or 5 some odd hours, whatever it is. I really recommend it.
The PSAT, PSAT. That's short for that, right?
Passat.
Short for Passat.
Volkswagen Passat.
I've been meaning to talk to you about something that's been kind of grinding on me. You've been recommending these Trader Joe's salads.
Yeah, which one did you have?
Were you the one that recommended to me the kale one?
Yeah.
Oh, it was disgusting.
Woo! Delicious.
I ate every bit of that. I could feel myself getting healthier.
How much of the dressing did you use?
Not too much. It's a little too tangy for my
liking.
liking.
Yeah. You can't use that. You can't use much.
That's tangy
I swear
stuff.
to you, I use like a quarter of the bag, if that.
I typically do the Pasadena salad.
I think Denise eats that one, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if it's the healthiest one, as Monta Vista's inching closer to a first down. So bring up a 3rd and short. The Pasadena one's good, but the Pasadena one's basically romaine lettuce, chicken, some weird fried noodly pieces, and some slivered almonds.
No, that's not the one she eats. There's one that has like fresh mozzarella on there.
Ooh, the mozzarella tomato
That's the one.
salad.
That's the one.
That one is phenomenal. That's a really good one, too. Trader Joe's, Monrovia, California's own. Trader Joe's.
South City Warriors are going to talk about it here on their heels a little bit. Good call by the coach. Here, John, pay attention to this announcement. Parents and students, please remember, for school safety, food or beverages should not be brought on school grounds once the day begins at 8:15 a.m. Students are also not to leave campus to purchase or obtain food once the school day begins. This includes, but is not limited to, food delivery services.
Is that where we're at now? We got parents door dashing food for their kids?
I would have done that.
So wait, you can't even bring your lunch?
You can't. I guess what they're saying is like, don't send in food after the bell rings. Like, don't send in a guy with the bag into the room with the thing.
Well, that's probably an issue, right? You can't just have random DoorDash folks, because all those people are random.
Yeah, by definition. But that's what you're paying for.
So, Gavin Newsom has signed a bill into law that the gig economy that basically makes those folks real employees.
Yeah. California, baby.
Don't know what that means exactly, though. Does that mean they have to all have health insurance? Is your Uber ride going to be 3 times as much? Who knows?
That's got to be a false start, doesn't it?
A false start or an offsides. We got number 23.
My guy was drawn. Somebody
make
the false start sign.
There's a lot of pointing. Looks like a neutral zone infraction there.
That'll give him a first down, I think. 1st and goal here.
So you can hear the chants of "Let's go" in the background. Let's go. Let's get a defensive stop here. Let's put the curtain up. First and goal for Monta Vista. Flags come in, lots of laundry.
Yeah, I mean, number 10 there for the Matadors did the classic block in the back and then hands immediately up in the air like, I didn't do nothing. They caught him. I don't know what else they caught over there. We're going to talk about it. Officials are going to talk about it. A lot of laundry on the field. Visit the Northern Peninsula College and Trade School Fair later this month on Wednesday, September 25th at Ceremony from 5 to 7. Meet college representatives and gather information from local and out-of-state college, university, trade schools, and U.S. Armed Forces. Go to South City's website on the front page. You cannot miss it. It's impossible that you miss it.
That's great advice.
And it's at Ceremony.
That's, I remember many
years.
Pick
up some Sora Bowl, some Chipotle. I don't know if there's a Sora
Bowl.
I love Sora Bowl.
A lot of flags there, Ricardo. We got 7 flags came onto the field. There's only 4 officials. don't know. Maybe each official has like 3 flags.
Could be. That'd be cool.
Check that. I count 5 officials.
So it looks like there's going to be some yardage lost by the Matadors there. They'll repeat the play. They love that pitchy pitch there, huh?
Matadors, not to be confused with the Gauchos of Argentina.
Totally different. Totally
Completely a different thing.
Totally different.
Okay, and that brings up another 1st and goal for Monta Vista. Stick it on the ground.
Nice to see the Warriors keeping it tight a little bit there up the middle.
Hey, where did
not just getting gashed.
Where did the sun go?
It's nighttime. That's how dusk works.
That happened quickly.
2nd goal for Monta Vista.
Monta Vista looking to pass this time. Oh, it was a nice route there, and the pass hit the hands, was in and out of the hands of Anish Van de Suven.
You know, Monta Vista's quarterback there has a tendency of floating those balls, and I think if he maybe rifled them in with a little bit more gusto like our guy Galang, he probably would have quite a few more yards. Granted, he did throw a 75-yard touchdown pass earlier, but he did kind of get some air under that one. He probably wants that one back as it brings up 3rd and goal here. See if the Warriors can come up with a stop.
This would be great for them if they could get a stop here. So there's another flag on the play.
Well, you just hope it's not against the Warriors here, John, because they have some nice shoot. They had a nice, 10-yard worth of field to play with there, but now that's going to get sliced in half, more or less.
Yeah, South City, they're getting a little excited.
Yeah, they can smell it, man. They're excited.
Making some hasty pastries there.
They want to make a stand here.
You want to take your time on your pastries.
Yeah, you do.
Don't want to be hasty. Monta Vista sticks it on the ground. Great penetration there by the Warriors.
I love it, John. You got to be strong up the middle if you want to stand a chance to play and stay in this game. And
that was senior Pablo Lopez, by the way, with the big hit there, Ricardo.
This game is still, in the balance, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Monta Vista line up their kicking team. Like you said, we saw them,
Oh, he wants to kick. Yeah, this guy wants, yeah. Simon Loeffler, he wants to kick, man. I mean, this guy was kicking 40-yarders, easy.
They're not going to listen to me, John. Probably the right move here, but we'll see what the Matadors dial up.
There's something weird going on back
4th
there.
and goal.
Got some trickery afoot. There is some trickery afoot.
Quarterback keeps it, John. He's looking for a wide receiver.
Oh, nice. Pass broken up there. Pass broken up by Lawrence Maltabon. Fantastic defensive play there.
We've called Montalban's name a few times tonight. He's having himself a heck of a game. He's excited. As you notice, he's not going anywhere because he's on the offensive side of the ball as well. As you see the replay here.
Ooh, nice.
Probably would have liked the interception, but he did well enough to simply break it up. And again, man, doesn't have as much hot sauce on his passes as our guy Galang. Warriors are way back, in their own territory here. But again, this game is still on the balance. It's only 14-0. The Warriors have had some success on the offensive side of the ball, and you hate to say it, but deep, big hole kind of early. You're starting to think, well, maybe this thing's going to get out of hand. And suddenly you look up, 6 minutes left in the first half, and you've got the ball and you're on offense.
And dare I say, I see something I haven't seen much of this season. Lots of smiles on the South City Warriors sideline.
Some pep in the step.
Looks like
they
a
lose
ball
the
came
ball
out there.
The Matadors are saying they have it, John.
And indeed they do. That is a killer.
Ay, poor kids.
There's a Valgio with the fumble. That is demoralizing.
That could be a backbreaker, man.
Tough.
Poor kids. It's hard to bounce back from something like that. We'll see what they have in their bag of tricks here. They're right back at it again on the defensive side, and
after a deep defensive stand, and Monta Vista tried to punch it in for seemed like 20 plays because of all the penalties that happened.
You've got to pick your jaw off the floor here and see what happens. As
South City going to go ahead and take a timeout. Makes sense.
Looks like the Matadors are calling that timeout.
first half.
Well, either way, it makes sense. Somebody take a timeout.
Someone's taking.
Someone's taking.
It's either South City or Monta Vista.
One of the teams that's dressed.
Monta Vista, located in Cupertino, California, in the Santa Clara Valley Athletic League. There are 2 divisions there. There's the Dianza, which is the higher of the 2, and the El Camino League. Obviously, El Camino named for the weaker of the 2 high schools here.
Careful.
Same as Homestead. We saw Homestead earlier this year. We went to Homestead, I should say, and lost, to say the least. Poor Warriors went up there and down there, I should say, and got a drubbing. So they're showing well tonight, John. 14-0 with 6 minutes remaining. Obviously, this last play was a toughie.
This game 4 of the season already?
Yeah.
Season is floating along, sir. Floating along.
Yes, it is.
Once again, you know you can hit us up. HMU, hit me up.
Hit me up.
On at South City Warriors on Instagram or at SSFHS Warriors on Twitter.
Little trickery there, yeah.
A little trickery and another touchdown. If you're just tuning in, we don't sound excited because we're the voices of South San Francisco. That guy was rather placid on that.
We're suffering, man. We're suffering after that last fumble. It was a nice run, too. He blew off 7 or 8 yards, man, and it was going to give him some space out of their end zone, give him a little bit of room to operate, and worst case scenario, drop the ball there. So coaches at halftime will preach ball control, ball security, ball safety. John, who was it in South City used to walk around with a football all day long at school and ask you to knock it out of his hands? Is that out of a movie, or did somebody actually do that? I feel like somebody would just walk around with the ball, ask people to just, at any day, any given moment of the day, come over and whap it out.
Was that,
It could be. It could be.
Sounds like him.
Hey, Freddie, your guns. Sun's out, guns out.
Monta Vista getting ready to kick off here as you're watching some more of our beautiful drone footage here of what we've affectionately nicknamed the island.
Roll that beautiful drone footage.
Roll that beautiful drone footage. Monta Vista is going to keep it a low liner of a kick. Hauled in by South City on about a dozen bounces. Nice return back there to the 30.
4 Matadors in on that tackle.
Matador.
Who's counting?
This is a prolific cheerleading squad here. Prolific. What do you got? 40 cheerleaders down there.
We roll deep. We roll deep.
Well, I ran out of fingers, and I got shoes on, so I don't know how many we've got.
A big offensive series for the Warriors here, John. If they intend on staying in this game, they're going to have to score here.
I absolutely
agree.
Nice
throw,
pass
John.
Across the middle.
He put exactly, I mean, quite literally exactly the right amount of loft on that ball so that it would do 2 things: fly above the hand of the Matador defensive back and then immediately dip down into the hands of our wide receiver. So just a perfect pass by that young man. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, could not agree more. That's the thing. You know, you run several times in a row. The defense might get a little soft on the pass, and this pass, guess what it's going to do? It's going to open up that run game again.
Dude, we've seen 1 or 2 of these passes per game for Galang, and now he's got 3 or 4 of these passes in the first half alone, and that's the kind of incremental baby step progress you're going to see from a fresh team.
South City with the handoff there.
Avagalio's not going to drop it this time, I guarantee you that. He was had 2 hands on that ball at the end there. As the clock continues to run. And the Warriors feeling that momentum going forward if they can just keep themselves from shooting themselves in the foot there like they did on this last series.
Oh, yeah.
And make something happen.
Any kind of score here would be phenomenal.
Yes, it would, man. Yes, it would. That's all we can do. All we can do is hope. Hope springs eternal. It's a 2nd and 7 here.
Number 9 is actually Carlos Marquez.
Galang going to keep it. Get out of bounds here. Did well to make something out of nothing and get a couple yards out of it.
Story of
Brings
my
a 3rd
life.
and short.
Something out of
Make
nothing.
something out of nothing. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
Something or nothing, the Jonathan Dio story. Working on my biography. Not much to report as of yet. I'll get back to you.
Finish that rap lyric at SSFHS Warriors. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
That's right.
Finish that rap lyric, and I'll buy you an eggplant parmesan.
Dime and a nickel.
There it is. There it is.
Do I get an eggplant parmesan?
Yes, you were going to get one either way, man.
Fantastic. I did pick you up.
Yes,
and
you
I
did.
bought the donuts.
Yes, you did.
I will take it.
Hey, Boyd, can you announce to the AD that her donut's ready?
Nice.
Yeah, break it off.
Nice break and run there.
He's still
Elijah
going.
Baggio, he does not want to be taken down.
Yeah, he's mad. I mean, he's mad about that fumble. Don't think that that's not in the back of his head. Not that he needs much of an excuse to turn on the Jets. He gets to full speed in a hurry, and he's a strong dude. So it looks like a lot of person coming at you at a quick rate, which is not necessarily the case with some of these high school kids. That's a big dude coming at you.
I will take your dinner tonight, by the way. Little birdie told me that one Eric Migdale, former instructor here at South San Francisco High School, owes you a dinner.
A lot of people owe me dinner, John.
Is that what you do? You like to lay your dinners out there?
A lot of people owe me dinner. It's like a Venmo balance that you don't know that you have. You know, you're like, oh, what a lovely surprise.
You know, that's the thing. I buy people lunch all the time that I completely forget.
Woo.
Is Galang making something out of nothing once again?
Brian Reyna, number 80, with a nice block to give Galang some running space. He laid a kid out there. Nice play. Galang's going to take a moment here. Take a breather. Give him a second.
Well, I'm tired watching him, so I can only imagine how tired he is. He
rests by going in and getting the play and then running it back and then communicating it to his team.
You know, so I wonder if nutrition has changed in the almost 20 years since we were in high school, because used to be
I hope so.
You would just smash a couple chalupas and run right into football practice.
Need I remind you of the Round Table Pizza slice eating contest?
Gosh. Oh, God, please
Was the final score like 27-25 or something?
Oh, God. Laying back with the pass.
Hey, I'd love to see a flag on that one, John, but I guess we're not going to see it. That DB for the Matadors was really not at all even in the neighborhood of playing a ball. He was just kind of pushing and slapping. And
that was intended for Lawrence Maltaban. He looked like he was sort of dragged out of bounds there, but you know, the only thing I could think of is it looked like that pass was not going to really be within grasp. It was about 4 yards out of bounds.
You're right about that. It's still a good throw, though. It was really in a place that only our wide receiver could get it, which is what you want on those kind of floaty passes. You don't want to float one of those up in the middle of the field because somebody on the other team could get down with it, and that would be bad. That's why they pay us the big bucks for that kind of analysis.
That's right.
Other team catch bad.
Other team not so good at that thing. 3rd and 8. Pocket collapsing around Galang, and he is sacked.
Big play there by Monta Vista to make it a 4th and long here. I'm sure the Warriors are hoping they could make it a 4th and manageable.
Henry Hodgkins in on the sack. If that doesn't sound like a guy's name who's going to sack somebody, then I don't know what is. Henry Hodgkins.
South City's going to talk about it, John. 4th and
I think this G is silent. I'm going to circle it with a small black golfing pencil. What do you say, Hodgkins?
I'm saying Hodgkins.
Henry Hodgkins. First of all, Henry, I like the alliteration.
I thought this guy was bringing in a pizza. It's the drone.
It's the drone. Well, does the drone have a pizza connected to it?
It might. Wait, am I shouting out the wrong area?
South City's got 3 minutes left here.
Love to see the kids rallying around Coach Tao here.
Got some decisions need to be made.
Sure the coach wishes he could be out there with him.
All right, it's going to be 4th down. That's incorrect on our screen there. It's going to bring up a 4th and long. 4th and 14. South City really no other choice but to go for it here on 4th down. Oh. Well, now
my guy Galang's rolling out. Looks like it was designed for him to keep it, John, but he had nothing there on that play. So the Warriors will turn it over on downs. Still a nice series, though. They, marched it pretty far. So, again, more positives to take away.
South City trading out some personnel as we tick down the clock here in this first half. I mean, one of the better halves of football we've seen by these Warriors. I mean, they're really sticking with it.
Yeah. They needed some things to go their way a little bit more, but all in all, still a positive first half.
No, I've definitely tons of positives here. I mean, just even dressing more people is a big positive. You got to give your folks, a little bit of a rest, and it's hard for 16, 17 folks to go each way. That's tough. See what Monta Vista is looking to do here. They're looking to pass, getting greedy here before the first half is over. Hauled in. It's first down. That looks like a little slippage action there by Tyler Hercher.
The roster lists him at 4 feet even.
Is that right?
I saw this earlier today, and I was like, maybe. That'll be cool.
I don't think
that
so.
Can't be right?
Is 4 even? No, I think you would notice 4 even. I don't know. Who's to say?
Nah, there he is. There's number 3 right there, standing above the pile there. There's no way that kid's 4. That's got to be 5, right? 5 feet?
Okay, hold on a second. Let's do some math here. Who's he standing next to number 23? He's a little bit shorter than number 23.
23 is
5'10".
Sarang.
So, no.
I think somebody's playing a joke, man, because he's listed at 4 feet tall, 100 even.
Start thinking about that line from Rudy. You're 5 foot nothing. 100 and nothing.
Not a speck of athletic ability. Another dangerous pass there by the Matadors quarterback. I feel like I'm piling on him a little bit.
Simon Loeffler, he has had a great first half, but just a couple of ill-advised passes, but they haven't come back to haunt him.
I wonder if there's any relation. My buddy Cindy Loeffler, former gal that I work with on the Stagecoach, moved on. Doesn't live in Cupertino.
Oh, the Stagecoach. I see what you did there.
Stagecoach. That's what we call it, Stagecoach.
Are you riding on the Stagecoach or not?
You're going to get run over or you got to jump on it. Those are your 2 choices.
Loeffler's back again. He's not deterred. Another pass. Almost hauled in there once again by Sarang. Sarang's been everywhere tonight.
John, I don't have South City's number 6 on my list. I know that number 9 is Alex Gutierrez, but I don't know who number 6 is.
We've actually had a check to that, Ricardo. Number 9 is actually Carlos Marquez.
Who's number 6?
Who's number 6, Aaron Boyd?
I thought Alex Gutierrez was number 6. Anyways, that DB needs to go.
We got a who's on first situation happening
He needs to go whap it down, man. He was trying to run down a pass there, and he almost let that fall right into the hands of the wide receiver as there's a low snap.
Just a bad snap and a short punt. But it takes a Monta Vista bounce and goes out at the 36-yard line.
Well, John, how do you like it? A quick 3 and out. I think it was a 3 and out. The Warriors are going to get it back with 2 minutes left and no timeouts, but
I'll take it. Let's see this 2 minute. Let's see this 1 minute 44-second offense.
Galang has thrown the ball really well tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get some chunks here and make it interesting. I mean, if they can score here to close out the half, obviously, get some points on the board.
Also,
that'll go a long way to making this a game for them.
I got a news flash here. This just in here. Aaron Boyd has still not accepted our dinner invitation tonight.
I know.
He's being very cagey.
He didn't even say no.
He didn't say.
He just said nothing.
He gave a dead-eyed sort of shrug.
It's like I'm in middle school all over again. Hey, you want to go out? Like, no response.
Nah.
Said I'm too cool.
And now it's bad because we're saying this loud enough for him to hear us, and he's still ignoring us.
So well, he's busy. I'm working.
It's not a good sign.
I'm working.
Short gain there by the Warriors. And we're looking for suggestions, folks. Hit us up at South City Warriors or at SSFHS.
You're asking for dinner suggestions?
Yeah, hit us up, SSFHS Warriors. I think I'm ruining that the first time on Twitter. hit us with some dinner suggestions. We typically go to Jack's because they're open. Shout out to Jack's, which I don't think we've done in the past.
No, we haven't. We should.
We should. It's a good family place. It's another short run there by the Warriors. Maybe they're going to hold out for just a few ticks left and fire one down the field, maybe. But yeah, anything that's open, past. We typically get out of here around what 9:30, Ricardo.
That sounds about right.
I want to get at least 11 suggestions. I see we have 11 followers, so I need at least 11 suggestions. Late night. Try to avoid casinos, though. A lot of casino eateries out here, but I'm not a huge fan of the. Well, it depends. There's a couple good ones out there.
I love casino. In my experience, casino eateries have been just fabulous.
It's more the feels. I don't like going in there and see some guy trying to make his rent.
Shout out to Chumash Casino and their chicken strips.
Actually, we're super close to, if I'm taking you back to Bart, as there's a loss on the play there by the Warriors.
What's it called?
Artichoke Joe's.
Artichoke
right.
Joe's.
You're basically in the parking lot of Artichoke Joe's. Well, folks, after the first half of play here, the South City Warriors are down 3 touchdowns, 21-0. Before we get away here for a little break, we're going to go down to our intrepid sideline reporter. And it's going to be Leilani Har. Leilani.
Go for it, Leilani. It's all you, buddy.
Hey, guys. This is Leilani from the South City Source, and today I'm here with
Aldrin.
And Elam. So, Aldrin, what do you think that the Warriors can improve on tonight?
One thing the Warriors could improve on is defense, but also getting the ball to number 4 because he's pretty good.
Okay. And Elam, what do you think, if the football team was watching tonight, what would you say to them?
If they were watching, I would say to keep their head in the game, that they have a chance on winning.
Thank you, guys. Enjoy your night. And back to you guys in the booth.
All right.
Thank you. Perfect. That's about right, John. Keep your head up. You're still in the game. Plenty of time left. And play a little bit of defense. Give yourself some breathing room so you're not having to score 21 points on each play.
All right, folks. We'll catch you for the second half as the South City Warriors once again trail the Monta Vista Matadors 21-0.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, under the field direction of drum majors Mei Ling Chia and Quinn Choi, marching 65 strong. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the sound of South City, your Warrior Pride Marching Band. Tonight, the Warrior Pride will be performing 3 selections from their 2019 show, Cirque du Soleil's Journey of Man, Movement 1, Youth Movement 2, Flying, and Movement 3, Growth. Drum majors Mei Ling Chia and Quinn Choi, is your band ready? Warrior Pride, you may now take the field in performance. Warrior Band. Warrior Band. the Warrior Band in our color guard. The Warrior Pride is led by Band Director Mr. Patrick J. Harris and assisting Marching Band Director Miss Ann Martin of Westboro Middle School. Color Guard Directors are Miss Shane Pineda and Mr. Jordan Lasongo. Drumline instructors are Mr. Carney Skold and Mr. Joshua Ray. The Warrior Pride would like to give thanks and appreciation to administration and staff of South San Francisco High School, as well as the community and support of the program. Go Warriors! Hey everybody, tonight's trivia question is, what school was the first rival of South City High? If you answered Jefferson High School, you are correct. And speaking of Jefferson High School, our next home game will be on October 18th against Jefferson High School, our first rival of South San Francisco High School. So once again, put it on your calendar, October 18th, Jefferson Grizzlies, right here at South San Francisco High School. Hey everybody, the Snack Shack is still open for business. Head on over and buy a hamburger, cheeseburger, hot dog, Polish sausage, chicken sandwich, or the world famous teriyaki chicken rice bowl. They also have chips, cookies, candy, nachos, soda, water. If it gets a little chilly, you can pick up some coffee or hot chocolate. And if you want something to cool down, they got Gatorade. All proceeds directly benefit our athletic program. So head on over to the snack shack.
Welcome back, folks. We're getting ready here for the second half.
And we're back
at the island. So
I am one cheeseburger removed from halftime. I'm really enjoying that decision. I think it was a good halftime adjustment on my part to eat a cheeseburger.
As long as we're still getting dinner. In the last 2 hours and 20 minutes, I've seen you eat 2
Don't let
donuts
me.
and a cheeseburger.
I haven't eaten all day, man. That's the God's honest truth.
I believe you. I almost feel like I haven't eaten because I had that terrible, terrible kale salad. Sorry, Trader Joe's. I love you.
Hold on, John. You're missing a happening here.
What's going on?
Gabby's being asked to take a bow. She's not cooperating. One of the Lady Warrior CCS Warrior champions.
Very, very humble.
Yeah. I hate people like that.
Humble brag. I don't know why I'm doing the hand on my face. Nobody can see it. Hey, folks, how about you follow us at South City Warriors on Instagram or
I just checked, John.
SSFHS Warriors
Sorry
on Twitter.
to cut you off there. No dinner recommendations on Twitter so far, but it's early.
Well, how about you hit me on the gram then as South City hauls it in. Nice run back there to the 34-yard line by Carlos. We've gathered now it's Carlos Marquez's number 9.
Okay.
Got a little concern there. Carlos was holding the ball like a loaf of bread for a second.
I will adjust my scorecard accordingly.
I love your pen. What's on your pen? Is that
all the colors? It's a bunch of unicorns. Marilyn let me borrow it.
Shout out to Marilyn.
Thanks, Monkey. Appreciate it.
Ricky's oldest.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Eldest?
Future South
oldest?
City Warrior.
Eldest. What do you say? Eldest? Is it eldest?
Eldest, I guess.
Eldest.
Yeah.
Your eldest daughter and my favorite.
I would love for her to
Hopefully
go
Michelle
to South
is
City.
not listening. I like Michelle.
Michelle's not listening. She's never listening.
She's never listening.
Her attention span isn't great.
And it's a short run from Avagalia.
They're trying to get Avagalia doing his downhill running thing once more.
As Michelle's attention span is measured with a micropipette.
Can somebody call for Miss Noel, the AD, to come get her donut?
I mean, do we just do like a little hand-to-hand before
her
we
donut's
leave?
getting cold and eaten.
But mostly eaten.
Mostly eaten.
Took a nice trip over there to the snack shack.
Yeah.
Always great to see.
How's that hot chocolate, John?
It was it was, you know what, as they would say on Food Network, it was clawingly sweet. So I did not continue to drink it.
Hey, John, Avagalio here did well to wait for a little hole to develop, and it looked like he might be stopped at the line of scrimmage there until he kind of hesitated, let the hole develop, and then take a big old chunk of yardage and make this a 4th and manageable.
5-yard gain on that.
Yeah, indeed. It made something out of nothing. Got 5 yards on the play there.
That's my mistake. I thought we were on 4th. It's like we are only on 3rd. Pleasant surprise.
I feel like you're going to be in 4-down territory at all times for the rest of the game.
Yeah, especially this part of the field.
Just go for it. Go for broke. Try some things. Get weird.
We're getting to know one another, so I think they'll do just that.
Oh, the ball's put on the ground there. Fumble. It looks like Monta Vista hauled it in. It's a little scrum for the ball. Referee's in there trying to sort it out.
I thought Monta Vista might have it, but frankly, I saw the Warriors kind of making a play for it, as our white hat says otherwise.
Yeah, that was just a bad exchange there right off the snap.
Yeah, and again, 2 steps, was it 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Warriors make a nice 2nd down play to make it a 3rd and manageable, and unfortunately can't make that exchange cleanly, and as a result, the ball gets lost. So the Warriors are doing it. They're slowly but surely making some progress. They just can't quite string it together.
So not only does Aaron Boyd deny our dinner invitation, he says that it does not look like I've been eating Trader Joe's salad since the last time I saw him.
Now he's cracking wise.
You know what? Invitation retracted. Gone.
You just did him a favor.
Boom.
You just did him a favor.
He just mouthed, thank God. All right, now I know how you really feel.
2nd down, 2 yards to go for Monta Vista.
Aaron Boyd, apparently a scratch golfer. He said he was going to take me out next time, pay all my greens fees, and buy me lunch so he could show me how good of a golfer he is. I took him up on the offer.
The Olympic Club? Did I hear that right?
I'll take the Olympic Club. I'll take the Presidio. I'm a big fan of the Presidio course.
Sharp Park? What is Sharp Park?
Sharp Park's got great breakfast. They do. Their corned beef hash at Sharp Park is great.
Oh, John.
Oh, almost. That little pitch was almost taken by South City.
How many times are they going to run that play, man? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as the Matadors add another touchdown early here.
Taran Sarang, a name we've said all night long, in for another score.
And they're starting to create some distance between themselves and the Warriors. The game becomes more of a learning experience again, unfortunately. The 4 touchdowns, tough to overcome.
Well, we got somebody else kicking extra points here. I think they're doing maybe a little bit of auditioning here. It's number 88, Giovanni Vuro. Oh, he's got a boot too. Okay. Great extra point. It would have been good from about the 30. So Monta Vista showing off their boots, righty and lefty kickers.
And the Warriors here have to go back to the drawing board, John. They got to practice getting the small things right, the exchanges, the handoffs correct, and try to string some positive yards together. Try to find the end zone, man. I know you got that call that you want to make. I want to hear it. And they've been knocking on the door.
I'm literally sitting here drinking this herbal tea and water. So I can
Is that doing anything for you?
Nah, not at all. Sorry for the nah, dog, nah. Noelle's going to lose her donut here pretty soon.
I think we waited as long as we could.
Running out of donut real estate.
Yeah.
So I had an amazing donut the other day, and I did not mean to cheat on Rolling Pin Donut. But literally, one of my coworkers, she knows I'm a bit of a foodie, so shout out to my coworker Tamar. She's phenomenal, really cool. She's actually going to be on my softball team this year. She's a great softball player. She's playing first base.
Nice.
And so we got to a nice chat, and we were waxing sort of philosophic about good South Bay eats, etc., etc. So one day I'm sitting at my desk. I'm on a call with my boss. Actually, got my headset in, and I'm doing my thing, and doing my boss voice. Yeah, boss. What do you need? Okay, right, sure. Oh, okay.
Like 2 octaves higher.
7 octaves higher. My boss is awesome. Shout out to Elisa. So anyway, she just drops this glazed donut right on my desk. And she looks at me and she starts pointing, and I could see her say, "It's warm." She says, "It's warm."
So you gotta eat it.
You gotta eat this glaze.
You gotta eat it right now.
So shout out,
you gotta eat it.
Huge shout out to Stan's Donuts in Santa Clara. Oh my God, I'm saying it, Ricky. I'm saying it. Best glazed donut I've ever had.
That's huge, man.
Best glazed donut in the Bay Area.
Did she microwave it so that you could get it warm?
Oh my God. So this is not a joke. I love donuts with coffee. You got to have coffee with your donuts, right? South City back to pass. Galang there. Looks like some pass interference there by somebody. All I see is two gentlemen getting dragged to the ground there.
I'm right there with you. I don't know who it's going to get called on, to be honest. I'm just curious here. But
looks like that might be number 6. Do we know what number 6 is at this point? All right, so Monta Vista with the pass interference there. South City's going to get themselves a nice first down. So anyway, if you're down in the South Bay, go on down to Stan's Donuts, get a glaze, wait for them to freshly fire those suckers up. So I run to go make coffee.
Are they 24 hours?
Couldn't do it. Couldn't make coffee fast enough. I just woofed the donut down.
There's no time.
It was cakey.
There's no time.
It was warm. It was like almost a mix between like these real fluffy ones.
Almost cruller type.
Man, my goodness. Just to make sure that I wasn't dreaming, I actually went around all the glaze stuff. I went right to the middle to the bready bit, and I tried that, and that was even delicious. Thanks, Stan.
We need to head down to Santa Clara after this. Are they 24 hours, though?
They are not, actually. And I know this because I've been playing softball in the area for quite some time.
And I showed up at 3 a.m. last night.
We typically go to, I guess that's Rolling Pin will have the edge because of their 24-hour capacity.
Yes, they do.
And I haven't looked up Stan's. I see you get your phone out, so I don't know if you're going to check it out on Yelp there.
Kinda maybe.
So we actually go to the Armadillo Willie's that's next door, a little barbecue spot after our softball games, and I always see the donut spot, and it's closed. So now I know. It is Stan's Donuts in Santa Clara.
Stan the man.
Don't quit doing what you're doing, Stan. Keep doing what you're doing. Galang back to pass. He wants to keep doing what he's doing. In and out of the hands there of Lawrence Montalban.
He did just as well not to pick it up. He would have been short of the line of scrimmage anyway, as the Warriors have a 3rd down and 10 here. And our cheerleaders implore the crowd to do the wave. Where's Crazy George? Where's Crazy George at?
That's actually a photograph of my daughter and my wife. I've got Mr. Orlick over here looking at my phone over my shoulder.
Mr. O.
Mr. O.
Mr. Boyd. I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna change my background. I'm gonna change my wallpaper because I'm getting yelled at. Pass intended there for number 2, Elijah Valio.
The Matadors are dialing in here, man. They are all over every single play. They're all over the quarterback. They're all over prospective receivers. They are really turning up the pressure here with 8 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. You know, they sense that the Warriors have some momentum on their side, and they're not going to let up as the kicking team comes on for the Warriors.
Getting a lot of flack here. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. I can't chew bubblegum and walk at the same time, Ricky.
I know. It's harder than it looks. Harder than it looks.
Boyd is getting a lot of traction for that primo parking today. He's barking out orders like never before. Getting
He told me to put my phone away. Isn't that funny? We never actually had to contend with that. And wow, look at that kick.
Great punt there. Oh, some slippery tackles. Slips a couple of Vaders. Flag on the play. Down to the 20. The 10. That's going to be a touchdown. We're going to wait for that's Grayson Mobley slipping tackles left and right and taking it down for a 55-yard return. We're going to see where the penalty is.
John, number 6 for the Warriors, took an absolute shot back there, man. I hope he's all right. The flags came in after that hit. I honestly didn't even see the touchdown because I was watching our guy to make sure he got up. And even the kid on the Matador side was slow to get up as well. So just got to be real careful on these kick return hits. You got to keep your head on a swivel and just, you know, hope that everybody comes out clean. Because these guys are running 10, 15 miles an hour. There's some big-time physics involved. So.
Oh, yeah, I don't drive as fast as these guys run.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Exactly. We got a chop block here called on Monta Vista.
That wipes out the touchdown. Lucky for the Warriors. Not so lucky for our kid who took the shot.
Just surprises me how resilient these guys are. There's regular plays that land me in the emergency room for about a week.
My kid number 6 here is still catching his breath, trying to pound some water. But he's definitely he's feeling it. He's definitely feeling it. You just hope these kids don't try to be heroes about it.
That's going to back up Monta Vista. Back to basically where the punt was received. Oh, and they're just gashing South City with that run. Simon Loeffler, the guy with the big boot, the kicker, and quarterback, has put his head down and picked up an easy 17. Easy for me to say. Easy.
Easy. Easy peasy.
First and 10, Monta Vista. Play is whistled dead there. We're going to... South City looking to...
Glad to see that, John. They need some breathing room here. As big number 70 needs some help getting off the field here.
Well, you're not quite...
He's walking gingerly. I don't have a number 70 on my roster, John. Do you? South City's number 70. You got someone?
I've got Antonio Andrade. Guard, defensive end, sophomore, 5'10".
That sounds about right. Warriors going to catch their breath here, talk about what to do next. Give them a second to compose themselves.
First and 10 for Monta Vista. Another handoff and another big run.
Yeah, these kids aren't going to stop coming, so the Warriors have to gang tackle every single time. There's got to be more than one. First one's just going to slow them down. The other one's going to catch and hopefully make the tackle.
It's Lassa with the big run there. Pick up a 20.
And that's the issue we see, man. You chip away at this defense, and you know they're gassed. Matador's wasting no time getting back on the line.
Quick snap play and a
nice
hauled
hit.
in. A great hit there, yeah. And Avagallo's everywhere. Offense, defense.
He really is having a heck of a game. Cheerleaders got the windbreakers on, John. I think it's a little bit dramatic to have the windbreakers on. I feel like it's...
I would wear my windbreaker if I was allowed to get out of the car, but I'm not. It's going to stay there. It's going to stay in the car.
He was right to tell you to leave it in the car.
It is not chilly, though.
He was right to tell you that.
But I have been ruined. The South Bay, finally, after 8 years of living down there, really has sort of
chilly to you?
It has sort of ruined me. It has. You know what? Nothing colder than a South City 4th of July.
Yeah.
Probably when you get some of the worst weather here is July.
The fog and the wind. Yikes.
I remember my
I didn't
dad.
see fireworks until I was 25 years old.
My dad never smoked, to my recollection, never smoked cigarettes. But there's a handoff there to Sarang, who's been everywhere tonight.
Nice play by the Warriors there to seal it up.
There's a little bit of post-play shenanigans there as a big flag comes out on number 54 for Monta Vista. Looked like some little extracurriculars there.
Well, the Warriors in general have done a good job of avoiding that all season long, and unfortunately with lopsided games, sometimes there's a tendency for frustration to boil over that way, so this is, you know,
well,
I'm going to call this a one-off thing here.
It's going to be really interesting to see what we get here because that looked a little interesting, so let's see what we got. It was away from the play.
Yeah, it was definitely out in the secondary.
Like a little suplex action or something
see what
going
the White
on.
Hats have to say.
All right. Personal foul against Monta Vista.
Personal foul against Monta Vista.
And a personal foul against South City is going to be offsetting penalties. And we got everybody staying in this game, so hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Going back to what you said, Ricky, it does, you know, things can get a little chippy. South City's been outscored, I don't know, 185-0, really. I mean, it's been tough.
It's been tough.
I'm not saying that to sound cheeky. I know that there's.
Well, no, it's the truth. You know, you're doing a disservice if you don't speak the truth to these kids. But
no, South City's
they've done a great
job.
Yeah, but they've been, you know, and it's been a tough year, but they've persevered and kept their head in the game. We see more players dressed every week, so they're building something, and they know that it's going to take time.
As there's a handoff to Sarang, who's looking for the corner. He slips in, does a little tiptoe action, waiting for the call by the official, and that is a touchdown. Monta Vista's going to push the score here.
10-yard touchdown.
Yeah, you know, it's tough, and I do have to take my hat off to Coach Tao. You know, South City was really in dire straits here. Last coach left, you know, fairly abruptly, I'd heard, and So they were in need of someone to fill in, and Coach Tao, answered the call. And it's hard when you're starting from behind. You got a small roster,
Right.
17, 18 players. We said 23 tonight, which is a good sign. They're getting some more numbers behind them, but
more than that.
it's going to be some tough sledding here. It's going to be some tough sledding while these Warriors kind of figure things out.
It is, man. Coach Tao hasn't coached in quite some time, and he's looking to get his legs underneath him. And
I don't know if
we'll
that
all
was
learn
trickery.
together.
I don't know if that was
No, it looked like a messed up
play
snap
there.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if that was a messed up snap or if they were just kind of going for broke. They figure we're up 34-0. Why not try some weird 2-point conversion play? Yeah. It's the old Tommy boy, right? It's like, what do I care if I get the wings? I got the pizza in the car, right? And that's when David Spade goes, that's how you have to sell brake parts. Sell the brake parts like you've got pizza in the trunk.
I read a Roger Ebert review of that movie, and he's just like, this movie is so dumb. I hate it. I'm like, oh.
Rest in peace, Roger Ebert. He was a pretty unhappy guy, though, wasn't he?
I don't know.
In his reviews.
Some of his reviews I liked very much. I was sad to see that it's just a young man's game, I think, Farley and Spade. It's just a young man's
game 25 years ago.
Thing. Yeah.
Wait, Farley's been gone a long time, man. At least 25.
I remember when I found out, man. It hurt me to the core. I loved Chris Farley. Then you get older and you see what their lives are, and you just feel sad for
it doesn't
missed
pay to be
opportunities.
overweight on SNL.
No,
it's just not a good
Bobby
job.
Moynihan, watch out.
Right. Wait, is he still? He's not on anymore.
No, he's not. But he does the voices for Nature Cat on PBS. He's one of the voices. A bunch of SNL alums do Nature Cat, and it makes me happy because it's the girls' favorite show. And I don't know that they know why. It's just funny to them. I like that they can tell what's good and what isn't. I'm not trying to see Caillou at my house, John.
My wife and I were having
no Caillou rule.
My wife and I were having a spirited debate about SNL. Tried to not keep things too political, but there was a new cast member who was hired and then subsequently fired.
I heard about that. I read some of the stuff. It was funny. He was funny.
Well, he made some provocative off-color jokes.
Yeah. Then I read some other stuff, and I was like, oh, that's not funny. We can't do that.
It's a very interesting question in our time. What's appropriate? What's inappropriate? Do you get a pass for being a comedian? Do you not?
You do, but man, a lot of the stuff he said was
just
within the last 12 months.
Right.
Like, I'm learning, I'm a comedian, I'm pushing the envelope. But man, you said that crazy stuff like 6 months ago.
Well, that's
in your heart, like right now.
That's the thing that I said to my wife. I was like, okay, let me see. Did somebody pull this out from a dozen years ago? And she's like, no, this is from September.
I know. This is very
of
recent.
2007. She's like, no, of 18. I was like, okay.
Sorry about our vetting process.
Well,
I should say lack of vetting process.
Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones is very provocative as well, but Chappelle's just super funny. So
he's the best. Not
that I'm giving that a shout out because I'm not. This is a PG program. But yes, it's very provocative. And the comedians, they're the iconoclasts of our time. Today's second SAT word is iconoclast.
Watch out, kid.
As Galang does well just to get that out. Oh, almost picked off by Monta Vista there. Iconoclast, kids. It's one that brings down deeply held beliefs.
Was there a wide receiver?
An iconoclast.
In there? Galang took a shot. He's slow to get up there. Let's give him a second. Is that Galang or is that Avagali? It is Galang. Pardon.
Getting a lot of shade today. Last I checked, we're the only folks that don't get paid in this booth.
What are you pulling down for this, Orlick?
Under the age of 18.
$50. You get $50 for this? What are you going to buy the donuts, Orlick?
Yeah, he gets a donut and gas money. Orlick gets a donut and gas money.
Unbelievable.
You come on down here. You bring donuts out the kindness of your heart. And
John,
just get torn down.
New quarterback alert here, John. I think they're going to give Galang a second here.
Oh, and comes on in and completes his first pass. Is Darius Amiglo.
He took a shot for his troubles there, our new quarterback. Like I said, man, Monta Vista, they're still hitting hard, man. They're playing. They're playing all 4 quarters this evening. Wide receiver took a shot. Quarterback took a shot.
Oh, yeah, it's been tough sledding, and South City's had to earn every single yard. There's going to be a timeout here.
Official's going to take a second here to attend to our down South City Warrior.
Like Lawrence Maltabon. Looks like he might be cramping up. You know what? Apparently, there's been a pay raise, $375 to do a game. That's pretty great.
Wow.
That's incorrect, folks. That's incorrect. That is not true.
Can't you just Google this stuff?
I don't know. We're all public employees, right? Can you just look us up?
I think so. At SSFHS.
We're all volunteers here, folks. All volunteers.
We're all amateurs. We're all amateurs. I know it's hard to believe.
Let's make this clear, though. Dinner has been rescinded.
I know it's hard to believe, but we are all amateurs.
I think
at SSFHS Warriors is the Twitter handle. Do you have Twitter, Mr. O? Mr. Orlick?
Oh, he's on Twitter.
You have Twitter? That weather app. We should get that weather app that Mr. Orlick has.
I think Orlick is one of those guys that his cat has a Twitter, but he doesn't. He just maintains his cat's
Twitter.
Is this
South City? Is this South City? A round of applause here by the Warrior faithful. Nice to see Mr. Montalvan get up under his own volition, but he's awful ginger.
You can call me Ginger, but I'm more of a Marianne for the older demographic out there listening.
What is that
You're
a reference to?
Mr. Orlich will know. That's Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island.
Never saw it.
It's from about 75 years ago.
Never saw it. Never saw it.
So here's the thing, right? We listen to the Beatles, right?
Sure.
We dig the Beatles. I dig the Stones. I dig the Beatles. Is my daughter going to listen to the Stones and the Beatles? Because it's already old, right? Is she going to listen to like 70-year-old music?
The Beatles are pretty timeless. I don't know if the Stones will hold up. I think they will.
I guess we all listen to Billie Holiday, right? What's that, from like the 30s, the 40s?
Yeah.
I guess it is pretty timeless. I wonder about things like that. Or is
the Beatles are children's music.
Or is she going to be like,
oh
my God, I love this oldies. This oldie station's great. They got the Jonas Brothers on here.
Jonas Brothers.
They're phenomenal. Oh, passing complete there. Intended for Elijah Vigo and in and out of his hands.
Avagalio was already 10 yards down the field before he quite came up with that ball. I'm sure he wants that one back. Just would have done well simply to catch it and then make a football move. But
a football-type move?
A football-type move. But in this case, he tried to start running before he quite had the ball. It almost bounced into a Matador's hand, so did a good job there to avoid that. Fourth and long, John. Let's see what the Warriors elect to do here. Looks like they got their kicking team out.
Yeah, you're just a little – I mean, you know, it's a tough game tonight, but you're too deep to try anything funny at 4th and 10. Short kick. That's not what the Warriors are looking for. It's out of bounds around the 40. Oh, it's going to be a net of like 15, 16 yards there.
Rare to see that on the Warriors. We're so used to and spoiled by an amazing kicking game. Flipping game's looking good tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely flipping out here in South City.
Oh, my God.
Didn't get here early enough. I was hoping to get here early enough for some little Luca.
Oh, I know.
Wasn't feeling well today. I was under the weather. I stayed home to rest up, hydrate, because I really care about doing this. And I'm like, there's no way I'm getting in the car before 4 o'clock. I just can't. It's impossible.
Yeah, it's a long way to go.
It's been great, though. I don't know if it's reverse commute or what, but it's just been a very pleasant drive down 280. Love 280, my favorite highway probably ever. I mean, I know you're a big fan of the one. Or of one, as we say, because we're Northern Californians. We don't say the one. We don't say the. As Monta Vista continues to run. More extracurriculars going there off the ball. As Monta Vista and South City kind of tangling up a little bit. You could tell number 55 from Monta Vista didn't do anything because it's Henry Hodgkins. He immediately put his hands up.
I keep seeing that. It's
did you see me do that? Did you see me do that?
Yeah. I didn't do anything.
The classic, it's like 2 5-year-olds like arguing that I didn't do anything. You didn't see me do anything. What's that red mark across his face? Nothing. I didn't do anything. It's not me. Did I tell you that I'm really, really, really enjoying TKB?
TKB. Oh, you are?
Tolbert,
Kruger,
and Brooks. Great penetration there by the Warriors, but the handoff is already made by Monta Vista. It's a nice run there all the way down to the 5-yard line by Simon Loeffler.
Unfortunately, Reyna had a small window there to make a tackle, but the kid was already past him by that point. You're just hoping that he would catch his his ankle or something. As a is that a flag goes up? Is that right, or did he throw the ball up? No,
I think that was just the ball. You're seeing these bright green kicks.
You're right.
Yeah, those are Darius Amigos kicks. I've seen those all night. I'm like, is that okay? That's not a flag.
Next week, John, September 27th, Warriors are at Carlmont in Belmont, California.
Beautiful Belmont. Sign me up. I'll live there.
Yep, he's nice.
By the way, if there's anybody out there who would like to sell Ricardo or myself a home, your Highway 280 in either Burlingame or Millbrae,
I'm in.
Please contact us at SSFHS Warriors for a reasonable price.
Below market.
Just
we fix ugly houses. We fix ugly houses.
You may have seen my signs. So that would be my dream. My dream, of course, and everybody's dream is probably to live right off of 280. But if I could live in like
the Flintstones house,
Burlingame or something off of the
let's
280.
live in the Flintstones house.
Awesome.
Everybody's always complaining about the Flintstones house.
Come on, get over it.
It's
guys.
a good house.
I think it's fun. It's a little bit of fun, and you know she did that to really kind of get under the skin of her neighbors a little bit.
A little bit.
It's Hillsborough. Come on.
It's fine. I'm okay with it.
I saw the news when they all came out. And there's some people who are just like, well, I don't like it. Well, I think it's dumb.
They always find some neighbor like, hey, can you complain and say that you hate change? Yep.
I love the news.
No problem.
Excuse me, sir. It looks like you were just released from county jail within the last 12 hours. Can I ask you a question about the current administration?
It's KRON, baby. Love me some KRON.
There was this great there's great YouTube clip. I'll have to find it and post it at South City Warriors on Instagram. But it's this weathercaster, right? And he goes out and there's like a tornado coming, or I'm sorry, like I think it's a hurricane. He's like right in Florida, and he goes up to this guy and he's like, hey, what do you think about this weather coming in? Hoping to get it sure is crazy. I'm batting down the hatches. The dude was a bigger weather expert than the guy.
Oh, really?
He's like, well, are you worried? He goes, well, actually, we're 18 degrees away from where the actual center point is going to be. There's winds moving at 5 miles an hour, and there's it's a level 3 tornado. He starts dropping knowledge on the guy, and you can see the dude the reporter is trying to back away.
Well, thanks for that. This sounds like Mr. Orlick and his weather app. You got to see that weather app that he's got, man.
Do you have a weather station at your house, Mr. Orlick?
His weather app. He's a traveling weather station. You got to see it.
Wow, you're making money during the game, and you're wearing probably a $200 quarter zip from the Olympic Club. Look at that thing.
Oh, wow. I name-dropped the Olympic Club. I didn't know he was wearing the Olympic.
I didn't know these guys had monies for greens fees at the Olympic Club.
Are we sponsored by the Olympic Club tonight?
Is that what we're doing now?
Are we sponsored by the Olympic Club?
Oh, by the way, another touchdown by Monta Vista.
Punch it in.
They're going to start running the clock here? We don't know what's going to happen. We're looking at the white hat here because things have gotten a little hairy. 2
away games coming up, John, at Carlmont in Belmont, California, then at Cappuccino in San Bruno, California. Then we come back here on the 18th against Jefferson, 25th against Mills for the last game of the season. A month from now, we will be playing our last game here.
Our last home game on the 25th.
Home game.
Yeah, on the 25th.
At the on the island.
Oh, now they're trying some trickery. There's a 2-point play there.
Then they go to Woodside and they go to El Camino. I guess a rivalry game of some sort will be played at El Camino.
This just in, Boyd has offered to take me and pay my greens fees at Mariners Point in Foster City.
Ooh.
It's just a 9-hole course.
That sounds nice.
I'm going to hold out for bigger.
I get too tired after.
He doesn't want to see me with my pitching wedge. I'm deadly with my pitching wedge. I would crush that course.
South City's home court, Mariners.
My cousin, Cheryl Lala, LPGA Pro, shout out to you. Cal Berkeley alum, full ride there before she went over to Columbia University. Fantastic. Cuz, we might need you to come on over here to South City to talk to some of the folks out here.
You're blood related to her?
She's phenomenal, man. She's just not just a great golfer, a really cool person.
No, I know. You're blood related, though.
Yeah. She is my dad's sister's daughter.
Can you prove that?
Sure.
Sounds so legit.
We kind of look alike-ish. Like in a weird, like if you look at the space between my nose and my eyeballs. And you heard Aaron Boyd there in the background. We're going to go to a running clock as the score has been pushed up to 40 here. Another low liner of a kick, bouncing off the turf. Nice move there. Juked him out of his shoes. Oh, and a big layout there.
John,
and a flag on the play. Oh, that is a bummer.
More BS, man. I see number 34 for the Matadors mixing it up with our number 22, Emiliano Lopez. And there's really no room for that. I don't even think the referees noticed it because there was some funky stuff happening on the sideline. So, you know, you can't blame the Matadors for playing hard still, really. I mean, the score is lopsided, but they're going to keep playing. It's honestly not safe for them to back off. You know, that's how you get hurt. So they're going to keep playing, but we don't need any of the goofy side stuff. We'll see what the referees decide to do here to kind of rein in the control of this game.
All right, we got a personal foul against South City. Number 70. Yeah, that was a big hit, but it looked clean to me. I don't know if it was a blindside hit or what, but
yeah, like I said, they missed the other stuff entirely. There are two kids mixing it up behind the play there.
There's only 6 of them. Which is a real bummer because that was a great run back there by Alex Carlos Marquez. We've been having some number 9 issues.
Yeah, number 9's been giving us a lot of trouble tonight.
Number 9 is our Where's Waldo.
Where's
Waldo here?
When we lose our job, it'll be because of our sarcastic treatment of the referees.
I have nothing but the utmost respect for the Zebras.
I think he said utmost.
Did he say utmost or
utmost? Utmost.
Whichever one doesn't make sense. Whichever one is more nonsensical. That's what I was going for. Bad pass there into double coverage. Darius trying to make some things happen.
Incomplete.
That's right, folks. Below market rate at South City Warriors. Just a couple of good down-home guys trying to live close to South City, but somewhere with nicer weather. And an easy commute to the South.
Hey, man, climate change. It's 70 degrees out here.
There's no wind. This is actually really crazy. Second and 10 for the Warriors. Back to pass again. Well, you know, you're looking for something that's really not quite there. I mean, they're looking for that. They're going for that post. Pass intended for Eric Camilo.
Darius Amiglio going for it.
Can't say I blame him. You know, you're workshopping now. You're going to workshop some stuff, see if it works.
That's how I feel, man. Go to the air.
I'm just sad I don't get to workshop my South City Warrior touchdown call here.
I know.
Get in the end zone, guys. I'm ready. I got water ready for when I belt it out. I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit because I'm going to get real loud. That's the sound of hydration. Brought to you by Kirkland Signature Purified Water. Kirkland, it's good.
Some high-quality H2O, John.
Man, I do love me some Costco, though. Since we're, let's just go higher and higher with our shout-outs here.
So, unfortunately, John, first half saw the Warriors kind of still in this game, but Monta Vista put up some quick points to start out the third quarter, and they've kind of been going and haven't looked back. And so now we're stuck in kind of a familiar place, man, a big hole with a lot of time left to play. And then it becomes kind of a mental game where you got to stay focused on the task at hand, and you can't score 40 points at one time. I know that's what Coach is imploring his kids to do, which is to maintain focus. As at the end of the third quarter here, we typically like to find somebody out on the sidelines, but maybe not. Who knows? It's early.
Yeah, we're going to take some time here as they flip the field. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. We know you have anywhere else you could be on this Friday night, but hey, maybe you're watching us on tape delay. Do they have tape anymore?
I don't know.
Digital delay. You're watching us off a server farm in Indiana, probably.
Server farm. So the fourth quarter gets underway here soon.
That's right.
Cleo looking for something. Oh, and he
down.
fumbles the snap, John.
Looks like Monta Vista is going to have the ball again.
The exchange there, he was trying to give it to his running back, but You know, those things are so hard to do, especially kind of thrust in here.
We're going to go down to our sideline reporter. They're going to cut in here. Cut in, news break. Going to Jessica Silva. Jessica.
Alyssa, Julia.
And they're all here from ASB. So what do you guys think about the game tonight?
It's pretty entertaining, I guess, man. It's pretty cool.
Okay. I think that we're trying our best, but the score says.
Do you guys have any ASB messages to the football players?
Buy some spirit gear at every single home game. We got you. We got pom-poms, we got finger gloves, and bells, too. We got everything you could ever want, bro. It's amazing.
All right.
All right. Back to you guys in the booth. Bye.
All right, thanks for that beautiful reporting there as you got that great pitch for the ASB from the chillest dude you've ever met.
What are did you say finger gloves?
He said, we've got everything you need, bro, or dude.
What are finger gloves?
I don't know what the finger gloves are.
Is anybody wearing them?
I'm
going to take a look.
Would that go well with my jazz hands?
Oh, there they are. Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's like the thumbs up, like foam finger.
Okay. Oh, finger
I thought
gloves.
he meant like fingerless gloves or something, which would be cool. When I lived in Texas, John, I went online and I bought some.
You lived in Texas for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, six some odd years.
It is insane that you lived there for 6 years.
Yeah,
It feels
no,
like
I
5
forgot.
minutes.
Now
Yeah.
every day that
Crazy,
goes
crazy.
by, I forget it more and more. But
You ever feel like a Texan, like a little bit? Like
I
a
will this
kindred
weekend,
spirit?
dude. I'm going to the A's-Rangers game tomorrow night. I'll be in my full Rangers regalia.
No, you won't.
I will. Absolutely. I got my 10-gallon hat, my Rangers shirt. But I bought some gloves that were built to use your phone with. So, like, the fingertips were, like, meshy so that you could still navigate a phone. It was so cold through those tiny holes. They were impossible to use. It was so cold.
Well, the ladies,
Don't buy
the ladies
those
are doing
gloves.
dinner tomorrow night, aren't
Don't
they?
buy those gloves. They are doing dinner.
Is that your daddy event that you're doing?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, the game will be over pretty early. It's like a 6 p.m. first pitch, so I'll probably be home by 9 or 10. I'm not trying to be out super late. I'll be home and make sure all the gals are doing just fine.
As Monta Vista hands off. Nice run there by the Matadors.
What are you up to tomorrow night, man? What are you going to do? What are you get up to?
Well, probably nothing.
Nice.
Mrs. is going to be at that dinner, so I'll be home with the bear, Lila Bear, my daughter.
That sounds nice.
I don't like to do much. I just like to hang out with her. Just kind of chill at the house. I'll make dinner.
I love that. What are you doing this weekend? Nothing. It's going to be great.
You know, the older I get, the more I really do cherish doing nothing. Have a Seinfeld weekend.
Yeah.
Do nothing. Snap and a handoff. Oh, number 70 got in there. He's going to let his presence be felt. That's Antonio Andrade.
Watch out.
He was, called him that penalty earlier, which brought back that nice run. So he's a big fella.
Yeah, he is.
5'10", 235. He's more like 250.
Met Tim at the line.
Monta Vista knocking on the door here again. 3rd and goal. Ball's fumbled. God, Andrade's got, I'll tell you, he's got a fire lit under him, man. Let me tell you, he's everywhere.
We're making plays here.
Andrade's breaking through the line of scrimmage. He's breaking through that old line. He's making tackles. I tell you what, something's got his dander up. His dander is up. I don't know what got in his dander.
Is this the kicking team coming on, John?
But if you ask that man where his dander is, he'll say it's all the way up.
All the way up. Remember that song?
Yes, sir.
At SSFHS Twitter.
How many minutes? How much of a song can you play before you have to like pay royalties? Like 15 seconds?
It's a good question.
5 seconds?
I don't know.
Can you do a little Smash Mouth? Drop some like walking. Might as well be walking on the sun.
Prospect alumni Steve Harwell, Smash
Kick
Mouth.
is up. Wow. That kid's got a boot, man.
Very nice.
It's good. That's a beautiful kick.
Yeah, it was.
That's like college football scholarship leg right there.
I love it. Monta Vista content with taking the 3 points and kicking it back to the Warriors. We'll see if they can get any kind of offensive momentum going. Although they're back at square one with a new quarterback. They're trotting out Darius Amigleo there, and he's had some hiccups there to start his play. So I hope they give Galang a nice rest. Let him catch his breath. He had a great first half. But you know, just took a couple shots there. Took one shot too many, and that's that.
I'm going to hydrate here, Ricardo, because I'm feeling a run back here. The South City's going to take it all the way down the field for a touchdown. So, you know, I'm going to hydrate.
Get ready. Get ready for that call.
Make sure my uvula is nice and moisturized. In the words of a good friend of ours, ass. The kick is up. South City receives it. Nice run back. Not quite all the way to the house as I had suspected. Or I hypothesized. Pontificated.
We got words.
Guessed.
We got words tonight.
Pontificate. Let's not pontificate because it could exacerbate our situation.
I already read the PSAT, the PSAT commercial.
Clock's a ticking here, 5:23. I think we got a chance at winning this one.
You think there's a shot?
They should have like a 40-point play.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I mean?
Like it's making this like a slam ball
triple
scenario.
flea flicker. The guy's got to touch the end zone, come back to the 20, and then go back to the end zone before he catches the ball. Something.
Monta Vista not letting up, man. Although I do see some nice sportsmanship there. Saw one of the Matadors helping up one of our guys, so.
Yeah, things got a little chippy there, but you know, at the end of the day, there's been some decent sportsmanship
That's
here.
always nice. That's all you can ask.
That's why I'm really digging Andrade keeping his dander up as coming into the game right now is number 21, Jamie Quiros.
All right, 4 minutes left. Kira's in the backfield, John.
Yeah, maybe she's going to get a handoff here. We'll see. Show enough. Oh, she's refusing to go down. Refusing.
The ref's calling the, what is it? What is that called? The momentum stopping.
Momentum stop there. Heard this from the doc. House was in the booth here a little earlier. And you mentioned that she is also a
Get
boxer.
well, Mr. House. Get well.
Just had some surgery, some surgerification. Is that the terminology they use?
I believe so.
He's on the mend. Brings up a 3rd and long there.
Oh, another fumble, John. I think
on the
Monta
turf
Vista's
again.
going to pick it up.
There's a flag on the play. Something's going on. There's some extracurriculars off.
There's more kind of slapping happening between our guys and their guys. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of the Warriors get run here, man. I think they're getting a little bit frustrated.
I mean, to a degree, you can understand the level of frustration, but that comes with getting a little bit older and sort of learning to kind of pick your battles there. This game is well in hand by Monta Vista. You got to look forward to next week.
That's certainly true, man. There's still a full whole season to play here.
Yeah, that's an unsportsmanlike on Monta Vista's number 84, Michael Sharushian. You know, it was kind of away from the play here, and that's going to make it a South City first down.
We'll take it.
So really not, you know, just not a smart play there. Warriors with the first down. I'm getting ready for that touchdown call here. Let me have another sip of water. Gonna save it. No one's gonna hear it.
It's coming, dude. It's coming.
Gonna hear it.
It's coming.
You just get ready. I've been practicing in the shower. Well, the penalty was on Monta Vista. Was it a fumble? Oh, it was a fumble, turnover on downs, that's right. All right, getting a little clarification there. It was a fumble, turnover on downs. Monta Vista has the ball. Personal foul on Sharushian. So Monta Vista backed up 15 yards.
That sounds about right, John.
God, I've got about the attention span of a goldfish.
A lot was happening there, and we're already, frankly, thinking ahead to the next one and thinking long-term here a little bit.
Didn't mean to lose my focus here, 43-0.
Spitballing on the future of this Warrior team.
Looks like a broken play there, or maybe it was designed that way because South City gets slashed for another 20 yards there.
The referee's going to pull out his flag for that, or no? I think he's going for it.
I mean, I would say pocketed at this point. We got a running clock with 57 seconds left.
I think you're right about that.
Everybody, just put it in your pocket.
I have a feeling Monta Vista is going to try their darndest to punch it in here, John. You just see it in their body language.
The classic salting of the wound.
Are they going to? Oh no, I take that back. Looks like the.
If there's ever been a time for victory formation, I would say it's
V,
now.
The sitting V.
Yeah, I mean, South City. Yeah, I was going to
say
class
move here to close it out, John.
South City would take serious umbrage with that, I think, if you went
with good reason. So nice play call there by Coach Caesar Agront. As you hear Mr. Boyd call out the final score here, John. Another unfortunately lopsided affair. Wasn't entirely lopsided the whole way. They did kind of dig themselves into a hole, but they did, keep it a two-score game for quite some time. They put themselves in a great position to climb out of that hole with an amazing goal line stand there deep in their own end zone, but then they coughed it up immediately after that, and then it was sort of off to the races there. But, the Warriors put forth a great effort, didn't quit after being down in a little hole there. And, ultimately the score looks super lopsided, but still some progress there for the Warriors. And you got to squint a little bit, but the progress is there as we have a couple more weeks of non-conference play for the Warriors. They'll be on the road for 2 weeks. We'll be back in 3 weeks here. And we'll keep an eye on them and see if they can get some points on the board, see if Galang can catch his bearings and get back to improving on offense. They had a couple good drives this evening that I was really excited to witness. So overall, I'm happy with the effort, and I'm happy with this Warriors offensive unit who's looking to put together some positive momentum going into the rest of the year.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Ricardo. Definitely some good bits and pieces here. There's going to be some nuggets for the Warriors to chew on.
Yes, there will.
They put together some great drives, some of the best drives we've truthfully seen all season.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just
and early in the game, dude. Like first half, not at the end of the game where the defenses are letting up. This is in the first quarter, putting good drives together, trusting the game plan. Coach had a bunch of great calls. So a lot of positives tonight, John. A lot of positives.
Yeah, still remaining a work in progress here. South City was able to dress 20, almost 25 players, try some different things, a little bit of trickery, more passes than I think we've seen in previous games. You don't quote me on that,
right.
But definitely some new, some new looks there. As South City's going to drop here to 0-4 for the season. But, we couldn't have done all this without Aaron Boyd and his fantastic crew, which we want to thank, of course, for everything that they do here.
These guys get better.
Rick, I've done the last 2 weeks, so do the honors.
Kevin Dye, Jack Perrin, Rolando Martinez, Aldo Sanchez, Marlon Lopez, Anthony Vanderber, Leo Espino, Michael Gamoni, Owen Amoris, Vanessa Reyes, Jessica Reyes, Stephanie Marquez, Natalie Valeriano, Emily Parra, Christian Gomez, Emilio Esquivel, Jessica Silva, Leilani Hara, Fatima Waldo, Jason Kwong, Francesca Perea. Thank you to everybody for what y'all do. These things get better and better. So proud to be a part of it. Thank you, Mr. Boyd, for all that you do, for all the really intense rolling up of the cables and whatnot that I am long gone and not here to witness. Thank you.
A lot of cables to roll. Thanks for having us, folks. For Ricky Martel, I am Jonathan Dio. Catch you in a couple weeks. Please be nice to one another. Have a great night.
In the trash bins, please do not leave any trash in the stands. We thank you very much. for supporting South City Athletics. Have a great night and go Warriors!